Okay, what's going on? LBHT Crew B, what is going on? I don't know. He's just like, huh?
None.
Nothing.
None.
None. This is going to be a nothing show. This is going to be the Seinfeld show, okay? We're going to talk about nothing today. It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hope your week is going well. It should be. Most people had yesterday off.
Mm-hmm.
But if not, if it wasn't a good day, hopefully your week gets better starting right now.
Even if it was a good day, it can still get better.
It can get even better. It can get even better. Look who's in here. Our guy, Coach from Cincinnati Films. Yes, we're going to be going over his power rankings. Number is 29 to 23. I think we're covering right now. Man, I gotta tell you, these rankings aren't shaking out the way I thought they would shake out, but very interesting takes, and we're going to discuss that on the show today. Chocolate Lady Cap is in the house. Salute to you, Chocolate Lady.
What's going on?
QT0, what's going on? So let's go Panthers.
That's right.
Indeed. Yes. We're going to be talking some Panthers today. Yes, living big with Big Reg is in the house. Says we lit. Yes. Bazel's in the house. Says here. Indeed. Raven Ron's in the house. Says what up, LBHT? Hopefully everyone still got all their fingers and toes. Yes.
Y'all need to leave that man alone.
Right. King 95, salute to you.
What's up, King?
Oh, Yolanda's in the house. Oh, that's One Session. What's up, One Sessions?
What's up, One Session?
There's Yolanda. What's going on? Look, I'm seeing the chat, man. I see DDSQ. What's going on? People are coming through that haven't been here in a couple of weeks. It's cool. It's summer break. It's summer vacation. You guys are doing things. Willie Seabon, what's going on? Salute to you. Jay the 6th. But you know why they're coming back? Because training camp is getting closer.
Yeah.
We are 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks away from rookies reporting. For the Ravens. I'm not sure about the Panthers, what date that is. You know what?
Well, if it's 2 weeks for the Ravens, then it's like, 1 day earlier for Carolina. We put in that work.
You're built different. We got the schedule right here. We actually didn't use this when we were supposed to use this, but I have it here. So Carolina,
no, 22nd.
The 22nd. Oh, well, look at you.
You know why? But that's because they understand the value of work-life balance.
Yeah.
Unlike Baltimore.
Rookies start 4 days earlier, the 18th. Okay, I guess we're just different.
Yeah, I guess your rookies need a lot of coaching up.
Yeah, they do actually. Veterans, all the veterans report 25th for most. Well, not everyone. Cleveland starts at the 21st.
That makes sense.
The Jets start the 19th.
22nd.
Oh, okay. All right. But for us, the 25th.
Be different.
Ravens and Panthers, 25th. Okay. We're going to be discussing some training camp battles for both teams, what you could possibly be looking out for. But look, man, listen, we got a lot to discuss. Okay. We got a lot to discuss. NBA, some trades going on, some trades yet to happen. Got a little boxing to discuss because, listen, these are some of the biggest fights coming up here in this era of boxing. So, even if you're not a huge boxing fan, you're going to hear about it. You probably go to a fight party and, we're going to educate you a little bit so you know who's who, somewhat. But very exciting. We're boxing fans, as you guys know. We also have a boxing channel, Ring Kings Podcast, that we do with our boy OTR Mike. Make sure you go over there and subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. All right.
Yes.
We are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So make sure you're following us in all those platforms. Also on TikTok as well. You can go any of those places at LBHT Show. Here's where you can find us. All right. And I'm going to start the show with this. Okay. August 4th. Get your tickets. Get your tickets today. Yes. We are just under a month away from the Roundup meet and greet. All right.
I thought you were going to say from the event of the year, the social event of the year.
Oh, I thought that goes without saying, right?
Some people need to hear it.
It is the social event of the year. It's not going to be anything like it, So yes, Yolanda said right here, get your tickets. Yes. All right. If is our bot working today? I don't see him in the chat. If you put, is it exclamation tickets?
In there. No, I don't think we have that set up. If you hit exclamation points, though, you can see your loyalty points.
Don't worry.
Your ticket, that number going up.
Yeah, don't worry. The chat bot will put it in there at some point. He'll put it in there. He'll put the link. You click on it, get your ticket. Food, drinks, alcoholic drinks via cash bar. All right. Music. We're giving away prizes. We got a goodie bag that seems to be growing every day. Stuff that we're giving you to send home. You do not want to
raffle off a few things, and apparently maybe even a little Q&A session.
Yes, yeah. We're gonna be it's gonna be chill. You get to talk to us. We're gonna be discussing some stuff. Yes, definitely a Q&A session going on. A little discussion with everybody on the panel. We will be there. Yeah. Coach Evans will be there. Chris Just Joking from the Deep Cover Podcast, OTR Mike, and our guy Hendo from the Rope Pod.
So if you've been dying to ask Coach Evans why he insists on having a Panthers fan on his Ravens Roundup, now's your chance. If you've been dying to ask Hendo why all vegans are liars, also,
they're not liars.
This is your chance.
They're not liars.
Okay? Yeah, really?
Listen,
sure about that?
I'm
positive. You know how many times I've heard this tastes just like macaroni and cheese? You know how many times it actually tasted like it?
Listen, no. The vegan cheese is a no-go. You can't mess with the vegan cheese.
Yeah, because they be lying.
But some of those vegan treats,
I didn't say that none of the food was good. I said that they are liars. It's not a chicken sandwich.
Everybody lies.
It just isn't. It's not a hamburger.
Everybody lies. Okay, I mean, it is what it is. Anywho, also the points. B mentioned points. Okay, this is a new month. We have our winner. We have to do a raffle for the other winner. Right? We're doing two. We're doing two winners. Right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And salute to the robot. He heard you, B. He said tickets. We are not liars. The cheese, though, ew. He telling you he's not a fan of the cheese. He's not a fan of the cheese. All right. Omar Tillman, salute to you. Another Panthers fan in the house. Salute. Right. Our guy Ilax Lens. What's up, E? Thanks for coming through. Yes. Who else is in here? There. Zaul is here. Ola. What's going on, Zaul? There you go. Yeah, the Stream Elements bot he's working. He's out there. All right, don't worry. Go man, what's going on? He says, "Can I help? Can you help with what, Go man? You want to help with what? Selling tickets? Of course. Yes. Yeah, you can pass that link around and sell those tickets for us, man. That'd be greatly appreciated. Okay. Absolutely. Okay. No, now the points. Okay. If you're new to this is a new month. Okay, Ferris won last month. I know some people got a little intimidated by the money he was dropping, and you thought there isn't any way that I can win. You can always be in the running, right? As long as you are in the chat, you're subscribed, you sign up for the newsletter, all kinds of things that you can do for free that doesn't cost you anything, and that will give you a chance to win a prize from us. B, just real quick, go over the list of things that they can do to be a part of.
It is quite a list.
Okay.
Being in here and watching, which by the way, everybody who's in here right now just got free 10 points, just so I could add that donation because I was not going to wait 10 minutes for his name to show up. Yes, but being in the live stream, talking in the chat, commenting on videos, leaving questions for the submitted questions portion of the show. We have a trivia question at the end of the show that'll get you 1,000 points. Signing up for our newsletter at LBHTShow.com, that'll get you 1,000 points. Buying a ticket to the August 4th meet and greet will get you 6,000 points. Submitting and having us use a Black History fact or a trivia question will get you an extra 1,000 points. We got that from Derek D. Weezy. Thank you very much. So I'll get those points over to you. And am I missing anything else? Signing up for Patreon, subscribing to the channel. Those will also get you points as well.
There you go. All kinds of ways. All right. So we're going to be doing a drawing for the other winner. Okay. So the person that gets the most points gets a prize. And then anybody that reached the threshold of 1,000 points will be entered in a drawing. All right. So we'll be doing that, and we'll announce those winners. Not tonight, though. Not tonight. Tonight.
No,
not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. No. I was kidding. Okay. All right.
Figure out exactly how we're gonna do that.
Okay. We have a lot to get to. All right. You know we don't like 2-hour shows, so we're gonna get this started.
We sure don't, but we are going to have to wait a minute.
Okay, we have to wait a minute. That's all right. Look. I can filibuster some more. All right. We got some more people.
No need.
Oh, never mind. Well, shout out to Agent E anyway. What's going on, Agent E? Thanks for coming through. And salute to Jalen, who donated $15. Says new month. Was it new month?
Yes, he said for the new month.
For the new month. See.
And then there's an emoji that I can't quite decipher because I am not wearing my glasses.
Oh, well. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Dale.
Ferris is in the house. Said he's talking to Hendo. Okay. All right. Yes. You're the winner. You're the winner of this month, Ferris. Congrats. All right. Now B is ready. We like to start every show with a Black History fact.
You're talking for me. You don't know I'm ready.
Yes. And B has a Black History fact for you.
Okay. Since we've gone almost 12 minutes into the show already, and like Jose said, we like to keep it short. Going to keep this one short as well. Today is the anniversary. We're coming up on the 50-year anniversary. I believe it's 48 years from when Arthur Ashe became the first black male to win Wimbledon. He's also the only black male to win the U.S. Open and the Australian Open. Not a lot of color in tennis, apparently, which is not something that I really realized before. And Ferris, God damn it, man.
Just keep going. This is a Black History segment.
But no. The story of how he ended up winning. Well, not how he won. Obviously, he won by playing great tennis, but no black player had ever won. Arthur Ashe was one of the best players in the world at that point. He was the first black player to be added to the Davis Cup team. They ended up winning 3 Davis Cups in a row with him as leader. He was head of the ATP, and that's where the Wimbledon story gets a little more interesting because it was the first All-American final since 1947, and he was playing against Jimmy Connors, who, another great tennis player, another tennis legend, if you will. But they didn't really like each other very much, and the reason was that Jimmy Connors was actually suing the ATP, who again was headed up by Arthur Ashe, because he felt that he had been unfairly held back from earning money because they had pulled out of certain tournaments for various reasons. And then he actually went and sued Arthur Ashe himself. He was suing the ATP for $10 million, and then he sued Arthur Ashe for $5 million because of a letter that Arthur Ashe sent out to all the ATP members talking about how Jimmy Connors was not a patriot because he wasn't on board with them holding out of these tournaments, because these tournaments overseas had been discriminating against players. Arthur Ashe had experienced that himself, and so he said, don't be non-patriotic like Jimmy Connors. Kind of stick with us, all this thing. And so during the final, in the last set, he actually came out in red, white, and blue wristbands, and it was the first time that he had ever beaten Jimmy Connors. He played him multiple times, lost to him every time, and Jimmy Connors had not lost a set up until the final at Wimbledon. And he said Arthur Ashe played a nearly perfect match and got that trophy and became the first black player, the only black man to win Wimbledon at that point, and has since had the center court at the U.S. Open renamed after him, after he sadly passed away in 1993. But Arthur Ashe, on this day in 1975, became the first black male to win Wimbledon.
And a true patriot.
True patriot. Not like Jimmy Connors.
Not like Jimmy Connors.
Don't be like Jimmy Connors.
Man, that's savage. Okay. All right, listen. We're not doing a whole show on what we think is going to happen in training camp. We've done that already. But we are going to discuss a couple of training camp battles to look out for. Okay.
Well, first, did Ferris have any note with his donation?
Let's bring this up. I'm sorry, Ferris. My apologies. Thank you, by the way. Thank you. Salute to you. He says, "Let the games begin. Let the games begin." Okay. Now, Ferris likes to win. He's very competitive. Do not be intimidated by his $50 donation. All right.
Not at FIFA, he doesn't.
And the chat is already not happy with him. Okay. they are not happy. Okay. They are not for this. Look. You can keep pace with Ferris. There's all kinds of ways you can keep pace with Ferris. You can only sign up to the newsletter once. Well,
yes.
I mean, if you got more emails, you can, I guess, in theory.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Don't let us dictate how many emails you got.
Yeah. Right. Right. So, I mean, there's all kinds of ways you can keep up in this, and you only need 1,000 points to be entered in our drawing, monthly drawing. All right. This is going to pick up as the season goes on. There's going to be more and more people. So, increase your chances of winning now while there are less people in the chat. All right. All right. So we have two teams here. Ravens fan, Panthers fan right there. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Two training camps. What do we have to look out for? Do you want to start with your team or you want to start?
Yeah. Listen, I mean, okay.
What are the battles? We're going over battles here.
I think the number one thing that everybody is watching right now, and I'm not even saying it's the most important thing, but I think one of the biggest things that people are looking at is Terrace Marshall Jr., TMJ, who has been a pretty noteworthy bust through his first couple of years. But, he showed flashes last season, right? He's a big body receiver. He's strong. And he was pretty decent at the catch point or with contested catches. And everybody's just kind of waiting to see if he's going to take that leap and become a real threat in the offense. Mm-hmm. And, recently in particular, people have been kind of down on Thielen and Chark. Not that they're terrible players or anything like that, but Adam Thielen is a little bit older. His numbers have been in the decline for a couple of years. DJ Chark. He's DJ Chark. I don't know if there's a whole lot more to say about that. Like he don't like playing football really. It seems like. And then they have a rookie in Jonathan Mingo. And this is after having traded away DJ Moore, who is a legit star wide receiver, in order to move up to number one to get Bryce Young. And, and it's much more important that some of these guys pan out because the DJ Moore thing really wasn't necessary. It was the result of, terrible decision making for the past few years, just really catching up to them, right? Yeah. Because, they could have gone with Justin Fields and wouldn't have been in that situation. Even just they've been taking Rashawn Slater, and then the next year they wouldn't have had to take Iquanu. It's a lot of things. They went and got Baker Mayfield and Teddy Bridgewater and Sam Darnold, and they drafted Matt Corral, and so right. It's a lot of decisions that caught up to them, and they said, you know what, credit to them for this. Saying enough is enough. We're going to fix this problem. But it unfortunately took DJ Moore out of Carolina, and so they need somebody to step up and fill that void. And I think people are kind of hoping that it'll be Terrace Marshall. I'm not super confident in that happening. We see, especially a wide receiver, we see a lot of training camp stars in Carolina. Devin Funchess, my man, he's like the only multi-time training camp MVP winner, and it never really showed up on the field, right? So there's that. But the other big battle that's going on is Carolina kind of versus themselves with the edge rusher position. Like there are, I'm not saying that there are great players available at this point. You're well past the cream of the free agency crop, but there are guys better than Marquise Haynes and DJ Johnson and Amari Barno. But Carolina's kind of just looking at them and saying, hey, which one is going to pan out?
So I was watching Panthers Nation podcast last night. Salute to Rashad and Dave, man. they brought this up on their show. They were suggesting Jadeveon Clowney. What do you think about Clowney? You guys picking him up?
So it all really comes down to what you really think of Bryce Young. Because if you believe in Bryce Young and you think Bryce Young is the guy right now, like not like, oh, we got our guy and it's going to, it'll take a little while to really develop. But if you think he's the man right now, go and get Jadeveon Clowney, because you're going to be going to the playoffs. You're going to win that division. You're going to be competing with much better teams in the playoffs. If you don't think he's quite ready for that, then, I mean, I don't have a huge problem with just letting Barno and Haynes and DJ Johnson and even Gross Matos go out there and give one more shot at it. Because you're not really going to be going anywhere this year if Bryce Young is not that guy right now. But if it really came down to it, and we were like, hey, he's the man, we got to get that situation figured out so that we can really compete. Jadeveon Clowney wouldn't be first on my list. It would still be going and trading for Chase Young or Montez Sweat out of Washington.
Yeah. Well, look, I don't think he has to be. I mean, I think he could be a game manager, quote unquote, right now, right? Like he's not quite there yet, but he's still better than what you had before, and he can go out there and not lose a game. And you can put, I mean, the team, the way the team is built, I think they can win the division. You still be a playoff team,
For sure. What I mean is that he's ready to be able to do that. Not that he's like ready to be a star. Like what I mean is, like, if you look at him and you're like, he's not really a starting quality quarterback right now, like it's going to be too up and down, then you don't need to worry about it. But if you think, like you said, he can be at least that kind of game manager and be able to not lose you games and make a couple plays here and there, or even better than that, then go ahead and make that move. Like, you haven't had any problem trading picks, man. That has not been an issue. So don't make it an issue now.
That's true. Like, what wouldn't you give up for Taysom? Like, I mean, you think a first is too much for Taysom?
He's not going to get it. They're not going to get a first for him. He's been hurt way too much. And even, his healthy season, his rookie year, he only had, I believe, 7 sacks. So it's not like you're talking about trading for TJ Watt or Myles Garrett or anything here. So it's not going to take a first. Maybe a second, but I think more realistically, probably a third plus something else. But I know it won't take a first to get him, but I would be making that call and making that happen.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, wide receiver, edge rusher, those are the two big battles, right?
Yeah.
What you got going in that corner? Your corners are pretty much set.
Yeah, they're pretty much set, but that doesn't mean good. You've got J.C. Horn, who's a good player, and after that, it's pretty dicey. You got Dante Jackson coming back off a torn Achilles, so you don't know, and he wasn't great before that. We'll see how he bounces back from that.
If he's healthy, that's your number 2.
Yeah, but like I said, he's not a great. He was never a great corner, and coming back off an Achilles, he's probably not going to be back to 100% at any point this year, regardless.
Yeah.
Beyond him, you're looking at C.J. Henderson as another option there who should not be. But hey, that's another guy they didn't have a problem trading a 3rd-round pick for him. So get on the phone to Washington.
Yeah.
Get Chase, because what counteracts having less than stellar corners, right, is a pass rush. And you've already got that with Brian Burns on one side. And if you come back with Chase Young on the other side, along with Frankie Luvu, and, Derek Brown played much, much better last year. Hopefully we can continue to see him improve. They can be pretty scary up front.
Yeah. Good point. All right. So, you're going to find that the Ravens have a very similar battle going on there. Okay. Edge rusher. I mean, like who do we? Thank you. Okay, thank you. Edge rusher. Who's our starters? Who's our starters? Obviously Tyus Bowser on one end. The other end, that's up for grabs. So you got Owe, Ojabo, and whoever else they bring in.
Well,
Battling
then
for that spot.
the kid they drafted, I guess.
Who?
I can't remember his name.
They drafted an edge, or they picked one up after
they
the draft?
drafted an edge. I cannot, for the life of me, remember his name.
Okay, put it in the chat. I don't remember either. Yeah, Goldman says Justin Houston still got something in the tank. 10 to 12 sacks.
He didn't get that the last couple years, and
easily.
And 10 to 12 sacks, not something in the tank. That's one of the better edge rushers in the league.
Listen. Living legend will tell you, go man, don't go down that route. Okay, he said he'll tell you, don't be like me, go man, don't say something, don't say something that you'll regret later. 10 to 12 sacks easy. No. If he had that, he would have been signed already.
Yeah.
Now I still think he's solid. I do, and I think he can contribute.
Tavius Robinson.
Tavius Robinson.
Yeah.
I don't remember him.
Out of Ole Miss, fourth round pick. I'm sorry.
I don't even remember him. But look, Owe and Ojabo, I don't want to hear about a player that still has something left in the tank. We spent a first and second round pick on those two guys. Yeah. One of them needs to be the guy. Speaking of being the guy,
oh Lord,
look who we have here.
I just know he logged on for some nonsense.
What's up, Endo?
Nothing much. What's going on?
All right. Look, you came in just in time. We're talking about training camp battles to look out for. Okay, we're talking about the Ravens now. I'm saying edge rusher. It's got to be Owe and Ojabo. I don't even want to see anybody else in that mix. I need to see Owe and Ojabo battling it out. Really, one needs to battle out for one spot with Bowser. One needs to battle out for the other spot. Okay. They need to be 1 and 2.
Hey, Bowser was a second round pick too. We'll just kick him out of it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Listen. Bowser ain't going anywhere. Bowser has that spot locked down. I know that. I'm just saying they should be competing, right? They should be looking like Bowser, where they say, all right, well, we're gonna have to give these guys some more playing time because they're all on the same level. That's how it should be, especially for Owe. A first round pick. This is the problem I have. I'm about to rant. This is the problem I have with picks like that. You knew he was raw. You knew he was a reach, but he ran a 4.3 40. If he ran a 4.7 40, will we want him right there?
No one will care.
Right. And a 40 for edge rusher should not influence your pick like that, especially if you're a professional, if you're a GM, right? It was a bad pick. And this whole he's raw, he needs time to develop. All right, well, here we are, year 3. He needs to show it. I don't want to hear about getting somebody off the street, getting a guy that's pushing 40, to come in there because that's safe. All right, we done with these safe spaces. No more of these safe spaces. All right, let these young guys go out there and show out. But that's one position battle. Hendo, you got any other position battles that you could think of?
Cornerback 2. Rock Yassin versus the world.
My man Rock Yassin, he got that locked down, boy. I already told you, Rock Yassin might be the most underrated Ravens player. Okay, I don't think he's gonna be. I'm not saying he's gonna be great. I don't even say he's gonna be Marcus Peters, but I think he's gonna be solid.
I mean, he's got to be better than what we had last year, even with my man Marcus Peters. Listen,
Rock Yassin versus the other 5 corners that we drafted.
Facts. And then Brandon Stevens switching back and forth position. So
you mean that safety?
This year.
You mean the running back?
Yeah, that guy.
It's not his fault, man.
It's not.
Pick a position and let him develop. Let him try to learn that. Right? You drafted him you drafted a running back to play corner. I don't even think he did bad in his rookie year. Then you're like, okay, safety. I'm still learning how to play corner. I don't like what they're doing.
Then it's back to safety. Then it's back to corner. That's back to safety again. And like a wise man once told me, the players didn't draft themselves. Nobody told the Ravens to take him in the 3rd round. Especially being as raw. Before last year, the last 3 years prior, we picked up a lot of projects in early rounds. And I think that's what's derailed a lot of Eric DeCosta's drafts. Now we're paying for it because we don't know who can play. So once we get those projects and they're not panning out in training camp, now we have to sign overage veterans. Yeah. And people are saying we're starting to grow for these draft picks, but they couldn't play to begin with. So now we're back at square one.
And
okay. First of all,
I got a surprise for you.
Co-host points.
I was about to ask you, who is letting all these people in? Who left the door open?
Where did you get the link from?
You know what it is. You know what it is.
Just hopping on our show.
I'ma need a day off. I think I called Ferris up.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what it is.
Ferris, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, from the Let's Get Ready Network. Let's Get Ready Network, the highlights. Okay.
Oh,
Ferris.
how you doing, Ferris?
Welcome.
What's up?
Do you have some thoughts on some training camp battles? Look, you're a Giants fan.
Yeah.
Tell us
why he
quick.
wearing Raven purple then.
Right.
It's LGR purple.
Okay.
Oh,
All
so
right.
you patterned your whole channel after the Raven.
All right. Look,
Purple. The
we're
royal
gonna get to
color.
you in a second, Ferris. You're gonna tell us about a training camp battle, but hold on. We got to bring our guy Coach Evans in here, who is also a Ravens fan. What's up, Coach?
My main coach.
What's good, fellas? How y'all doing?
Coach, give me a training camp battle to look out for the Ravens.
Left guard.
That's a good one.
Ben Cleveland versus Salah and whoever else they're gonna throw over there left guard because look like they're trying to put everybody over there but Ben Cleveland.
Lele. That's my
Lele, everybody. They trying to put everybody over there but Ben Cleveland.
What about right
he
tackle?
ever got out of the doghouse?
Yeah.
What about right tackle?
Oh, that's Moses. Moses got that.
For now.
He got that. Unfortunately,
Moses
he got that.
versus Cleveland.
At right tackle?
Isn't Cleveland working out at right tackle?
Yeah, but he not play right tackle.
I want to know, Coach, how you said that Ben Cleveland never got out of the doghouse for probably for the conditioning test and whatnot, right? How did Morgan Moses never get in the doghouse?
I mean, after coming after Villanueva, anything is better than that. So that's why.
I guess.
Hey man, Morgan Moses was like,
style of Villanueva.
he was like this, man.
That's when the blessings come in.
That's what it is, man. You know what I mean? That's what it is. The blessings fall on Morgan Moses, man. It's the blessings.
Ferris is so giddy his soundboard, man.
Coach
All
set
right,
me
my
up on that
battle-
one. Coach set me up. Coach, I appreciate you on that.
Alley-oop.
You set me up. I appreciate you.
My position battle is wide receiver, right? The number 2. I think Odell's gonna be number 1. I think number 2 is between Bateman and Zay Flowers. All right. Zay Flowers obviously has all talent in the world. He looks amazing. All right.
Yeah, he does.
But Bateman don't look too shabby either. Okay. And I think he's motivated. And I think whether he's going to be here or not in the future, he wants to show that he is that guy. He's going to show out in training camp. So that number 2, the number 2 wide receiver and number 3, right? Because you got Aguilar and you got Duvernay.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to be battling for playing time too. That's why I'm excited to see this wide receiver room when it's all said and done, because you got some spots up for grabs and some players that want those spots. All right. So that's my battle.
Aguilar versus Duvernay gonna be much of a battle, to be honest.
Yeah, that's not really.
Duvernay is a special teams guy now.
Well, maybe, but he's gonna fight. I know that.
Yeah, he will. Yeah.
You know.
And I think he'll still get out there. I just don't think he'll be in that role.
Yeah.
What role?
Jay doesn't think Zay Flowers versus Bateman is a competition. You're wrong. That there is competition. I mean, don't sleep on Bateman.
That depends on which way he's going with that. I can't even tell.
That's true.
2 very good young wide receivers we have there. As long as
sure.
everybody's healthy, that's gonna be a battle.
I saw when Bateman was healthy, he had a 50% catch rate. That's what I saw. I don't know. I don't know that we can just throw out.
Listen,
Very good.
Wait, listen. Just because you got TMJ, don't do that.
But look,
I don't
when
have
a ball is thrown 5 times, okay, I mean,
Catch 2.5 times.
right. It'll happen.
Yeah.
Ferris, what position battle you looking for out of the Giants training camp?
Daniel Jones versus the ghost of Eli.
Yes. Wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
Yeah, it's because we have like 15 of them, and which one of them is gonna stay? You know, like
15 of them or
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, or literally it depends because you got the youngster and Jalen Hyatt. By the way, coach, great breakdown. Just wanted you to know that. Phenomenal.
Thank you.
Loved it. He wants to show he's not a one trick pony. If he's just speed, he can run some routes, but he's like behind like 4 or 5 veterans. They're really high on Isaiah Hodgins. Someone that Brodny keeps bringing up. I don't know if it's in a joking manner or is he serious, but Colin Johnson, people loved.
Very serious.
Okay, he's very serious about it. He was supposed to be what Isaiah Hodgins became. They're both similar size, about 6'4". They won very crisp routes, phenomenal catch radius. So there's that guy. And then there's Darius Slayton, who's a phenomenal burner, but has one of the worst hands I've ever seen. I remember one game where he drops a ball and Fox already had a graphic up ready where it was like, boom, 13% drop percentage. The second worst in the league. And I was like, how did you already have that graphic up ready? Like y'all had that ready. Like it was like that, coach. Is like he dropped it, graphic. And you're like, wow.
Waiting.
Hey,
you didn't mention one of my favorites though. Makai Pope.
Yeah, you know what? He didn't really get much burn last year.
I just saw that in the chat. I had no idea what you were talking about.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was a Giant.
Yeah, he's a Giant. Him and Khalil Pimpleton did a lot of special teams last year. Makai was activated on a couple of games, but not a lot. But it's really like they're still trying to figure out who they got Jameson Crowder now.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that, and then I believe Chris Minkins is there. There's a lot. There's a bunch, but it's really between Johnson, Hodgins, Sterling Shepard if he's healthy, Slayton and Hyatt and Crowder. That's the battle we're watching. And so like if everything works out, Hyatt's like receiver 1 halfway through the year with Colin and Isaiah Hodgins kind of on the other side of the wall because they have the burner and the possession receivers as well as another burner and Darius Slayton. You have 2 burners and 2 possession receivers over there.
Okay.
Yeah, I've ever heard anyone describe Darius Slayton as a runner.
No, that's literally his only trait is that he runs very fast. Yeah. And the issue is,
the underneath stuff can be manned by Waller. Waller can take that underneath stuff.
Yes, exactly.
But the thing is with them, Saquon led them in rushing and receiving. So you know he's gonna get his touches too.
Mm-hmm.
If he plays.
True that.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said running back ain't paying no more, so I gotta get paid as a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. Also to cornerback 2.
Cornerback 2.
So cornerback 2 because Cordell Flott is there.
Much.
Yeah, after Adoree Jackson, it is really nothing much. Cornerback 2, it was like it's been a revolving door for the past 8 years. At one moment, we were starring Corey Ballantyne. If you know Corey, fine, whatever. It is what it is. We had Sam Beal. It was just like, Jesus Christ, what is going on here? But now
you had DeAndre until he joined GTA.
Basically. So, but the thing we're really looking after is Cordell Flott. Cordell Flott actually is still the youngest player in the league. He's like he barely just turned 21. He's younger by a couple of months. He's kind of like looked at as like he's gonna be our new corner. Mm-hmm. Him, and then you have Deontay Banks on the other side. It's between them two because we're projecting in a couple of years, Adoree Jackson should not be cornerback 1 anymore, and it should be them 2 as 1 and 2. And Cordell Flott, he was a part of that little contingency at LSU during Bo Pelini. Bo Pelini wanted to do zone, and Cordell Flott in a couple of corners were like, "Nah, we don't do zone here, dog. Like we man corners, bro. You know what I mean? We play man. We bump and run. I don't know why you put me in cover 2. What is that? What's a cover 3? What are we doing here? We bump and run, and that's why Bo Pelini was then fired. And Wink Martindale, man, bump and run. And Cordell Flott's like, give that to me, dog, all day. Yes, those are the 2.
Okay. All right. Now, all right. We're done with that segment. We got our camp battles. leave in the chat, leave in a comment, which battles you think we should be looking for our respective teams. All right. But Coach is here. All right. You see the logo behind him. More Sip to Tally. All right. What is going on that channel right now, Coach? Only the best power rankings out there, period. I don't put anything outside of that. It's not best power rankings on YouTube, not best power rankings for Ravens community. It's the best power rankings out there, period.
I appreciate it. And Jeremiah brought up a point early on the show. He was saying he needed explanation. And what I told him was, what other power rankings you're going to get, like an explanation of each position? You may get them, you might get a list, and they may highlight the best position on their team. They may highlight the quarterbacks, or they may highlight the D-line, or whatever the strongest position is. But I'm giving you an explanation of every position. So what Jose is saying, I think is right.
Yeah. Listen. This is how I know it's the best one, right? When you look at these other power rankings, right? People will leave their comments one way or another, like, oh, this is stupid. Oh, it makes no sense, whatever. For Coach, even if a fan of that team does not like that ranking, they're like, damn, but I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're like, that's all they say. Damn, man, but I get it. You're right. Right? Because he breaks it all the way down. Okay. Now we're recapping every week the power rankings, right? That he's unveiled. Okay. He's doing a team a day for the next, it's through 32 days, but we're into it now. Now, 29 to 23. You did 23 today, correct?
Yes.
All right. Let's start with 29. Who was a 2019 coach?
Washington Commanders.
Okay.
Now I give you the strong suit for them was their D-line.
Yeah.
Strong suit for them was D-line with Chase Young, the two guys in the middle. I can't recall.
Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen.
Mm-hmm. And who was the other edge
right
guy?
there? Montez Sweat.
That was the strength of their team. To me, the weak point of their team was quarterback.
Yeah. I wish I had that clip.
According to you, Sam Howell was the weak point of their pass rush, their pass coverage, their receiving game, their run game, everything.
He was.
Sam Howell name did mention a bunch, didn't he? He did his name, and that's because he hadn't done much. But they didn't give him opportunity. He played one game. Basically, he's still a rookie.
Yeah, he's basically still a rookie.
He played that last game for him, and did what he did, and we'll see coming in this year. But he's in like I said during the show, he's in the same boat with Bryce and them. He just was in an NFL uniform last year. He's a rookie.
Yeah. Okay, number 28.
I got a question for Coach.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh no, Coach. Washington too. I don't know if are you high on their trio of receivers? Because I'm very high on their trio of receivers. I think their receiving group is the best in the NFC East. Am I kind of incorrect in that assessment?
Would you like me to take this one, Coach?
Huh?
Oh no, he's high on them. But Sam.
Oh, okay. All right.
Pretty much.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Because I said it.
Yeah.
But if I felt like if they had a better quarterback, I have them at 15. They'd be higher than 15 if they had a better quarterback.
Okay.
Got it.
If they had Hendo throwing the ball, they might be ranked top 10.
Yeah.
But they got Sam Howell. So
All I'm saying is if you didn't want to trade me Jonathan Mingo, you could have just said that. You didn't have to drag Sam through the mud all in public in your video.
No, I didn't. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you, since we own the Panthers now, we've been talking about Jonathan Mingo. So
Panthers came up so soon. Wow.
And you sent them the link, B. And you sent them the link.
I did not send him a link. That is incorrect.
I sent the link. I sent
Ferris a link because Ferris is respectful.
Sometimes.
When?
Whenever I'm talking to him. I mean, I don't know what y'all be doing to Ferris.
Yeah, before the Panthers, I had their weak link as the wide receiver room. And it would, Brodny kind of agreed with me. So I felt like that was, fairly accurate because you ain't he the same stuff I said, Brodny pretty much said about 5 minutes ago, almost. You don't DJ Chark, you ain't really getting much out of your guy from LSU I'm gonna lie, he fooled me because I thought he was the best receiver in that draft that year.
Terrence Marshall.
He fooled me. I'm so glad we didn't get him.
Thank you,
too.
But then when you go over to the defensive side, Burns is a guy.
FSU.
They got and they got Brown from Auburn, so I think that's their best group. But on the back end, if you just stay away from JC Horn, I think you're gonna be good. If you
Got
stay away
Jeremy
from
Chin
JC
out in safety too.
I'm talking about this corner wise though.
Okay,
Corner-wise,
yeah.
just stay away from Horn. But if you test Horn, I think he'll make you pay.
Yeah,
he'll make you pay.
Yeah, for 8 games.
He'll stay healthy. He'll get it together. Shout out to DDSQ for a donation. Says my trash bucks were today. We are trash. Trash emoji.
Really emphasizing the trash.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that,
Thank you
DDSQ.
very much.
We're gonna get to 28 now. 28 is
28 was Panthers. We're on 27.
28 was Panthers. Oh, sorry.
Broke his foot turning around.
Yeah. 20.
Yeah, it's like that homie that tore his shoulder slipping out of the bathtub.
I do want to say one thing, right? The biggest reason why the Panthers are this low is because how you rate rookie quarterbacks, which is the right way, right? They haven't done anything. You don't know how they're going to be, so you don't really give them a rating,
right?
So
just pretty much depends on the strength of their backup.
Yes,
it's the strength of their backup for the most part.
Yeah,
and it's really only one rookie throughout this whole process that I gave any props to. One.
Okay,
we'll talk about him at a later date.
Okay.
So what? Colts is next. 27. The Colts. The strong suit for the Colts I have is their linebacker core with
Leonard.
There is another one.
If he can say
Zaire Franklin,
and Shaq Leonard. Then the weakness of that team, I have quarterback and cornerback. Both of them I have at 27. So again, they got a rookie quarterback also with from UF Richardson,
Anthony Richardson.
And their cornerback room, I just didn't really like, what I saw from either guy.
Yeah, all right, that's
fair. 4 other corners.
Hey, coach.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Wait.
What's up?
No, never mind. I was thinking something else. Never mind.
Off the top of my head, I can't tell you fast.
The corner was Rock Sin.
No,
he's the Raiders. That's why I stopped. He went from there to the Raiders. That's why I stopped. I was going to ask him would they be better with Rock Sin, but no.
Now,
26.
Patriots. England Patriots. Now, their best suit to me is their safety room with Kyle Duggar and who's their other safety? They had 2 good safeties, I thought. Kyle Duggar and somebody.
It's not still McCourty, right? I thought
he retired.
He retired.
Did Jonathan Jones?
Jonathan Jones on the corner.
Jack Jones.
He going to prison.
Yeah.
It's Duggar and somebody else. But then their weak suits were a quarterback, because I hate McCorkle, and wide receiver.
Me too, coach. Me too.
I had 29 for quarterback and 29 for receiver. Phillips, that's what it is. Phillips.
When you showed me the ranking for that quarterback room, a smile came across my face because I did not like how they jettisoned Cam for Mac Jones, and the media was hyping up Mac Jones to no end. Oh, he knows the playbook better than Cam. Oh, this is and that. Oh,
he's a natural leader.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And they've already moved Malik Cunningham to a receiver.
Yep.
Already.
Yeah. I saw that.
Already. Guy that came up and broke all of them. Well, not all of them on records, but most of them records. And they've already moved that man to receiver. Didn't even give him a chance.
See, this is a problem I'm having with Bill Belichick, right? Great coach, we all know it. Okay, you got the Super Bowls to show it. But you clearly want that type of quarterback, right? Like every time you watch Lamar out there, we see you drooling on camera, right? You're writing your little notes. You're saying, all right, get his number after the game, right? You're writing whatever notes he's writing on his notepad. Okay. You bring in Cam, but then you don't really put a playbook around Cam. You draft Malik Cunningham, but then you get a little skittish because maybe, oh man, I got to develop him. No, thank you. Right? Like, look, if you're going to bring in that quarterback, put a system around him. Stop trying to fit everybody into your system. That's the problem that Bill Belichick has not every coach, but a lot of coaches have. They don't adjust, right? I want that type of quarterback. I want to be able to do those type of things, but I don't want to make any kind of adjustments either. I just want him to do exactly what Tom Brady was doing. Well, he ain't Tom Brady.
Right.
Nobody's going to be Tom Brady.
You said develop Malik Cunningham. Now you got to develop him and teach him a new position.
Yep.
Right.
No, they're going to cut him.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. All right.
The sad part is
25? Is that what we're on? 25?
The Raiders.
The Raiders.
Las Vegas Raiders. Now, so far, when I got to the Raiders, they had the highest position group. They had their running back room was number 3 for me. That's with Zamir White, Josh Jacobs, and Amir Abdullah. I've always kind of liked Amir Abdullah from afar, being like a
fumbler,
a change-up guy. And then Zamir White, the reason I think they denied his 5th-year option because of how good Zamir White was, but then when Josh Jacobs said he went into Super Saiyan mode, Zamir White just was derailed a little bit. But I still like Zamir White and Amir Abdullah on top of Josh Jacobs in that room. So they were ranked number 3. The weak spot in that team, again, quarterback. They had ranked 28.
They don't have one.
Jimmy
They
G.
kind of do.
They got Jimmy G.
He's hurt, but
He's hurt and he's unpredictable. You don't know what kind of Jimmy G you're gonna get.
Right.
Maybe he'll have 3 touchdowns. Maybe he'll have 3
quarterback
picks.
and safety.
God damn it,
Quarterback and
porn star
safety.
Jimmy.
Trayvon Morig has not done what I thought he was going to do.
That's
He's
right.
there for safety.
That's right. That's another person that they're talking about us getting.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember when they drafted him, they were like, if they drafted the first 2 picks swapped versions, it would be like an A draft. If they drafted Morig first and Leatherwood second, or like, I don't know if either one have panned out. I don't know. I don't really watch the Raiders like that. Neither. All right, then sorry to you, Alex.
I don't even know if Leatherwood's still there or not.
They cut him. They cut him.
They cut him too.
They cut him. They cut him after his first year. That's how bad it was. Listen, out of the last 3 years or so, 3 or 4 years, 4 of their first round picks have been cut. Because one year they had 3 first round picks in 1 year. They've cut 4 of them in the last 3 years. So
the only one they've kept is Josh.
Yep.
Yeah, they're horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing about Josh Jacobs though, you think this is like a 1-year thing, or like contract year players, and then like, and then
I had Josh Jacobs as the number 1 back coming out of college that year, and he wasn't like ran in the ground because Alabama ran Damien Harris in the ground.
Yeah,
and Josh Jacobs had fresh legs.
Yeah,
and their O-line not great. A lot of that Josh got, I ain't gonna say on his own, but
he did on his own, coach.
He got a lot with minimal help. Put it like that.
But also you had Devontae Adams pulling coverage away. So
I'm gonna throw a name out there that's on their line, and you tell me if it's Josh Jacobs or not. Illuminor is still on their line.
Jermaine Illuminor. Do you guys remember Jermaine Illuminor?
It's all Josh Jacobs.
I'm sorry, Ozzie did it again, right?
What do you mean? He didn't do it with the Patriots.
No, that's how Ozzie do. Like Ozzie can do no wrong.
Okay.
Where's he playing on the line? Tackle?
Right tackle, I think.
Is he?
Yeah, because Colton Miller's their left tackle still.
He could probably battle.
I remember when they drafted Colton, people were like, "That's a dumb pick."
All right.
As far as receivers, I got them at 8th, and that's Devontae. I like Renfro.
Yeah,
and the one he just picked up,
and the kid from the Patriots.
Jacoby Myers.
They picked up Myers. He was the Patriots' best receiver. So
and they also get Brian Edwards.
It's a very good.
They drafted Brian Edwards a couple years ago.
Oh, then they gave him to the Falcons. Got you.
I think so.
Yeah, it was all the way around. My bad.
Yeah. 24 is Ferris's team, the Giants. I touched on him a minute ago.
Why are you fist?
What are you 24?
Yeah, we had 24.
Could have been worse.
No, Ferris gave you the.
Time out.
I'm like, what is?
Wait, time out.
At 24.
I've missed some. Like we're ahead of Minnesota, right?
Yeah, Minnesota's good.
Oh, fuck that. We beat them in the playoffs. How are they ahead of us?
Let's have a respectful first.
You got to wait 10 minutes to come out.
I'll wait, coach. I'll wait.
10 minutes to come out and see.
Okay.
So again, 24 is the Giants, and we mentioned them earlier. Saquon got the running back room at 8, which is not their best attribute to me. Their best attribute is the D line.
Yes.
And their D line, they get after it. They got 4 guys up there that can get it. They can get it. And then the worst group I had, and Ferris mentioned it earlier, was cornerbacks.
Yep. There it is.
Because behind Adoree Jackson, you just don't know what they got. I got their cornerback room ranked 29.
Oh, you said corner. I thought you said quarterback.
All right, we get it, Tony. All right.
Wide receivers must be 28.
Wide receivers are 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
All right.
Today,
And then, did you also take an account with Ashawn and Nacho coming in as the run stoppers coach?
for
The D line,
mostly starters.
mostly starters. Okay,
Mostly
gotcha.
starters, mostly
Gotcha.
starters, and that's what I think. Brodny mentioned somebody mentioned something about maybe adding depth when I do it if I do it next year.
Overall.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that would be something I could.
That's not going to apply to you, Ferris.
I just
You ain't gotta worry about that.
All right, and 23
today was the Bucks.
the Bucks.
Now
Yes,
the Bucks, they're
DSQ's
23, but their defense was crazy. The safety I had 6, cornerbacks I had 9, linebackers I had 9, D line and edge I had 25. So if they had anything other than receivers on offense, they'd be decent. But they're 31 at quarterback, 32 at running back, 26 at tight end, 30 at O line.
Now, didn't the O line suffer a lot of injuries last year?
Yeah.
And Alex Kappa got signed away to Cincinnati too.
Kappa was the second best lineman they had, so it really got worse. And then people try to make Jensen a great lineman, but he just average.
He was.
Didn't Ali Marpet retire then come back?
I don't think he can.
And he's gone again.
He's gone.
He's not.
Yeah,
He's gone. He's gone for
right?
good. He's gone for good.
Now he's gone for good. So he's got
So
worse.
it's worse, and that's it. He glad it's night they the Pips.
Yeah.
And the quarterback situation is not ideal.
Like I said, they got Baker, but I don't think any of those 3 guys will be there next year.
Kyle Trask.
I don't think Kyle Trask will be there either.
Yes.
DSQ says way too high. Fireball should have higher Leftwich. Leftwich couldn't save this team.
Nobody would.
I wouldn't want Leftwich to coach this team because they've been setting him up.
It's a setup.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they set him up pretty well anyway because he has still not been hired.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He don't have a job. Sure
No, he
But
doesn't.
but he did turn down a job.
He did.
The Notre Dame, I think.
No, he turned down the
No,
Jaguars.
the Jaguars.
the head coach job.
That
Yes.
was
Yeah, no,
that
yeah,
was
'cause-
last year though.
Last
Yeah,
year.
Yeah.
he had a contingency on accepting the job that they didn't accept.
Yeah.
He said he didn't want the general manager there.
Yeah, he said, I want Trent Baalke gone. I want you to hire Adrian Wilson. And they were like, no. Hi, Doug
That's
Peterson. How are
too
you?
good of an idea. Mike is asking what quarterback room is worse than them,
That's what I want to find out.
than Tampa.
Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah, it's one.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
It wasn't the Patriots?
Yeah, it wasn't Patriots. It wasn't
Arizona.
Patriots. It wasn't that. No, we already did Arizona.
I mean, that was
The worst quarterback room ain't came up yet for my team.
That team must be very strong elsewhere.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yo, the
That's all
supporting
I'm
cast must be crazy, dog. The supporting cast must be top 10.
Andrew, nobody wants Kyle Trask.
Ain't nobody wants Kyle Trask. Hey, watch Baker Mayfield get injured and be like, hey, can I have Kyle Trask real quick?
All right. That's power
what we
rankings. But I do want to ask you this, Coach.
Go
Right?
ahead.
We talked about players like Alex Leatherwood, right? And I brought this up to B before. What is going on with these evaluations where you see a player that you're high on, you want to take in the first round, and after a year you're like, nope, not gonna work, get him out of here?
Man, it could be a number of things. It could be like you get them in there and they don't work. I think we were talking off camera about it, us, and we were talking about how guys like they show up like if the meeting at 2, they show up at 1:55. Then practice is over with at 3:40. At 4 o'clock, they out the building. Them guys, they be the first to get out of there if anything happens. Because the people see that they may not physically see with your eyes, but I'm guaranteed they go look at them swipes. Because when you got swiped in and out with your key card,
Right.
they know you getting that right before the meeting start. You leaving soon the practice over. You ain't putting in nothing extra. You ain't getting on the jugs machine. You ain't getting on the board with your coach. You ain't doing film. You ain't doing none of that. You just coming to work, going home. And they see that. So it could be work ethic. It could be injuries. It could be something that didn't show up in the pre-draft process. Or you just could be fooled. Or like somebody mentioned, I think we were talking off camera, they just don't love the game. And that love shows. So it could be a number of things. This is just, that some people get to that league and they realize that some people get in the league and they think because they got there on talent, that talent's still going, keep them there. No, everybody good there. Everybody.
Are we throwing shots at Trey Lance?
I wouldn't.
Well, okay.
I didn't have nobody in mind.
Well, okay. I'm just asking.
Why are you throwing shots at Trey Lance?
I was asking the question. I'm not throwing shots. You know, I just wanted to know because this is it was a certain person here on the panel that feel like Trey Lance is just going to be the end all be all, and I'm not really for certain.
Okay, no, I think the Raiders also had that weird problem. I remember that one draft they drafted Cleveland Farrell 4th, then they drafted Max Crosby in the 4th round, and guess who got the big contract and is still there, and guess who got cut? And it's like even in like the same draft, coach, you drafted the better player in the 4th round. You know, Eastern Michigan, Clemson. You know, a lot of like people like. There's a lot of evaluators say I don't evaluate the helmet, but some do. Yeah, some do. But
the helmet to me means a lot. And if you got an SEC helmet on, when I do my college stuff, I got an SEC bias. Mm-hmm. There are other schools out there that produce good talent and fine, but my SEC bias is, and I tell it from the jump. I do have it. If I have two prospects and they similar, if one play for Vanderbilt and the other one play for UCLA, I'm probably gonna take the Vanderbilt kid.
No, man, you can't with Vanderbilt.
Right. Vanderbilt. I mean, UCLA. No. Yeah, I'm with you, Coach. UCLA.
No.
I get like James Franklin's Vanderbilt.
Mm-hmm. I got 2 kids at Vanderbilt now, so watch your tone.
Okay. Who the coach at Vanderbilt now?
All right, B. You want to go to submitted questions next?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Oh, y'all do with me?
No, you stay for the question.
No, I'm gonna finish working on what's below the screen.
I'm guessing that 32 quarterback rule. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Tennessee.
All right, Coach.
Has to be.
Real quick, let everybody know where they can follow these power rankings.
But that's
more sip the tally. What happens at more sip the tally, Hendo?
Man, it's for the streets.
It's for the streets. More sip the tally is for the 31 other teams. So please, if you have not followed that channel, please go over and do so. That's where the countdown comes to you live at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So tomorrow will be team number 22, and team number 22 is. Drum roll, please.
Oh, I got it. Oh, damn it. Sorry. I don't have one. Sorry.
Ferris.
My apologies, Coach. My apologies.
Why you even got one?
That's all right. Team number 22 is I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace, fellas.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, Coach.
Now I'm going to get a drum roll now.
It's too late.
I know. I'm for the future. It's for the future.
Missed your opportunity.
Man, no one cares about you, man.
Like I said, we're going to keep it moving to the user-submitted questions for this week. Question number 1, and thank you to everybody who submitted their questions. We appreciate it. Question number 1. Let me scroll back up to where the questions are. This comes from Jeremy. Is the death of sports TV upon us after the recent ESPN firings? Ferris?
No, because sports TV has evolved. Like it depends on if you use TV like as in like TV, like the context of like you're watching it on TV and it's like linear TV, cable box stuff. But now most of the sports TV is you can find on the internet. YouTube, it's on streaming. Amazon has a channel on Amazon Prime where it's sports all the time, and now it's the watcher has become more knowledgeable in the sense of like they gravitate to people that they like. In that sense, they don't just watch ESPN because ESPN was the only place to get highlights and analysis. Like that was it. But now you can, you can turn on lunch break hot take to get your Ravens content if you want. You can go to the Rogue Pod after Ravens games. You don't go to ESPN anymore if they wishing they would talk about the Ravens. You go to the team you want, you go to the content you are looking for. They're going to talk Ravens. That's my team. I'm going to watch them. ESPN may talk about the Ravens. Probably they get to them on NFL primetime back in the day. Possibly. But now it's so diverse and so spread out, and now it's so like niche-wise. It's not dead. It's just evolved in a sense, because now it's not just like we got to go watch ESPN to get the NFL highlight. We don't got to do that. We go to Coach, we go to you, we go to Tony. We ain't got to go to listen to Herm Edwards or listen to NFL Live. You know what I mean? We don't do that no more. So yeah, it's not dead.
But how do how do those channels that like the ESPNs, FS1s, how are they adjusting to that?
I think they're probably going more so because ESPN they cut salary. Like they didn't really care about your name, or they want to just cut salary. So that's why they fired Susie Colbert and Steve Young and most of the NFL crew, because it's like y'all only work Monday Night Football. So y'all work during football, then that's it. Why do I still got to pay you? Jalen Rose only shows up during basketball season. I'm gonna fire him. He doesn't work in NBA today. You know, the studio show people are gonna get the priority because they're gonna be the studio show people, and they're gonna show up on, because NBA Countdown became NBA Today. Like Malika Andrews would host NBA Countdown with the NBA Today people. Now the NBA Countdown would on the occasion become some specialty like Mike Wilbon, Jalen Rose, Stephen A. Smith with Mike Greenberg. But I think it's kind of more to sense like if you're working at ESPN year round, you're gonna stay. Stephen A., the NFL people, because the NFL, they have the NFL Network 365, but the people who are only there for like a certain sport or certain group, they're gone. Like Tom Rinaldi got fired because he's a reporter who did tennis in college football. They're like, we're not gonna pay you because we don't really care about that anymore. We're just gonna do the.
What about people like Max Kellerman that did a radio show? Max Kellerman covers everything.
They don't care about radio anymore. They don't care. They're done with radio.
Or podcasts.
Yeah, they don't care.
That's why you know that to me they're not growing, right?
Yeah.
If you're not catering to the podcast, because look, the people that demographic that's going that's on radio right now, they're older, they start to die off. That younger generation is into podcast, not radio. So the radio, the podcast numbers are going to continue to go up. YouTube is in podcasting now, right? So why aren't you taking advantage of that? Because there's something that's not clicking there, even with a company like that they're just getting out of the podcast game all together, right? Because it's not just the radio people. Like you don't see as many podcasts from them going out anymore, right?
Yeah, they
They're
have
still
their
focused
ESPN
on
Daily and their Mina Kimes show. Nothing really much. And like Dan Le Batard talked about this
television.
Too, yeah, so Dan Le Batard talked about the radio, where when they're at on ESPN Radio, they bought the Le Batard show from the Miami station, and they kind of just like bought it because they knew it was popular, but they didn't really care. Do whatever. They never really watched the show. They didn't care. They would only find out what they did when they did some national headline where like they rented out a billboard in Cleveland saying, "Hey LeBron, you're welcome for your rings. Have a nice day," which kind of pissed off people. But they were trolling LeBron. It is what it is. It's fine. But like they wouldn't really pay attention. The people who'd be in charge of radio would just be some random person. They weren't radio people. They would be some random exec in some like other department that they needed to put them somewhere. Like, I'll just put them in the radio, and then they would make decisions. They were like, I don't know how to operate radio. How do you maximize radio? I don't know any of this. I'm from IT. Why am I here? You know what I mean? Like that's how ESPN used to do radio as let's throw somebody together and let's see if they make magic. It happened once with Mike and Mike. Mike Greenberg and Mike Golick didn't know who the hell, they didn't know each other. They weren't friends. They didn't know each other. They're like, hey, how about y'all make a show called Mike and Mike? They did it. It hit. People are like, so ESPN started thinking, what if we keep doing this? Let's just get random people and just throw them together on our radio lineup, and it's going to be great, right?
Yeah.
No, that's not how, you can't do that. That's not how radio, you have to build chemistry. Yeah. Like Mike and Mike was special because they just fit. It just fit. But like, you can't just throw Keyshawn Johnson, Max Kellerman, and Jay Williams together and be like, all right, work.
You can. I didn't meet Jose until the day before we started the show.
Facts.
It's going really well. But thank you, friends. We're gonna move on to question number 2 here. This is another excellent question from Jerome Bigby. Can a person be considered an athlete if they don't use their bodies as the primary driver in their sports? A couple of examples that come to mind are professional gamers, race car drivers, professional fishermen, and marksmen/hunters. Hendo, what's your thoughts on that one?
I knew you was gonna ask me. Listen, not to offend anyone, hell no, you are not an athlete. In my opinion.
Let me before you keep on offending people, let me read out the definition of athlete. A person trained or gifted in exercises or contests involving physical agility, stamina, or strength. A participant in a sport, exercise, or game requiring physical skill.
So I'll say this because Ferris has drawn me into F1 racing. I listen. Those guys are athletes. You need to be in shape to drive those cars. You can't just get out of bed and just be like, hey, I'm skilled enough driver. I can drive. No, you will get a heart attack.
Well, and that's where the stamina comes in.
Yes,
professional gamers are not athletes.
No, professional gamers are not athletes. No,
correct.
They're just using their thumbs and hands. That's it.
Yes,
you don't get tired,
but they're participating. In
you
games,
get carpal tunnel. In fact,
I get carpal tunnel by typing.
We should talk about this.
Am I an
overtime
athlete?
Show. Well, listen. We should talk about this in an overtime show. There's a scandal rocking esports right now, or I'm not sure if it happened last year. I don't know. I don't pay attention. But a lot of those players are taking Adderall.
Yes.
Right. To help with their focus.
Yes.
And that's a big scandal because one guy admitted and he was all ashamed about it, and another guy was just like, yeah, everybody takes that. Right. So I mean, performance enhancer. Right. if they're not athletes,
people also take Adderall to study for tests.
True.
Yeah.
Cheaters.
Yeah.
So that brings up another point. Like, okay, gamers take Adderall, and you're not. Yeah, I'm not even sure that's even a rule that you can't take it.
It's not. It's just that probably frowned upon.
Why?
Yeah.
Like
Why?
you're bowling. Like
you're not doing
coach.
anything. You're playing video games.
Just kind of
the bowling. Like the it's not like the bowling.
Like the bowling coach.
Kind of a no. Not really.
Yeah. It's like
Is it
it's frowned upon. It's not a rule, but it's frowned upon.
Is hot dog eating a sport?
Joey Chestnut? Ooh.
No, it's not.
I don't know, man.
You don't know what?
It's not a sport.
It's not a sport. It's gluttony is what it is.
So NASCAR drivers, not athletes. Yes, they're athletes.
Because the G forces that your body gets hit when you're churning, like if they don't like are like peak physical condition, your neck could get snapped in half. You're dead.
Thank you, Hendo. Yeah, it is different when you're talking
I'm
about
not Hendo.
race. Yeah, but that was addressed to Hendo, is why I said that.
Okay, my bad.
No. Tony, would you like to respond?
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Next question. This one comes from our guy Jay. Will it be Gabe Vincent or Rui Hachimura? That'll be our sixth man this year. By our, he's talking about the Los Angeles Lakers. Honestly, I think that it's going to be Hachimura. I think he's just a better overall player than Gabe Vincent. And if I'm being honest, and I know that people are going to think I'm being a hater, I didn't really like the signing of Gabe Vincent, but I think that Gabe Vincent is probably going to be included in a trade package mid-season because Jalen Hood-Schifino is going to squeeze him out of the rotation altogether.
Ooh.
The guy who went 1 for 9?
No, the guy who went, was it 6 for 19 or whatever by the end of the
Today?
game. He had a much better second half.
Okay.
And the guy who's a very good passer and defender. I know you didn't mention those things, but that's all right, Ferris. I know you don't know what winning basketball looks like.
I do know what winning basketball looks like. I saw last year.
You watch a lot of other teams?
The Knicks made it to the second round of the playoffs.
Oh, the second round?
The same round you guys made it to.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Y'all didn't make it to the conference final.
Yes, they
Who
did.
the hell do you think the Nuggets were playing in the conference?
Sorry, I thought they were.
I don't know. I stopped watching.
Sorry,
Take a break, man. Take a break.
Hey, the Knicks got buzzed. I stopped watching. I didn't care.
This is out here to get my bum scoops.
We got a path to the finals.
We did. We did.
You did say you had a path to the finals, and you didn't.
Anyway.
I saw. Hey man. Hey, you know what? I'm.
All right. You know what?
Yeah, you did have a path to the finals if there weren't 5 teams in that conference.
We had some NBA.
Miami. We would have beaten Boston. I guarantee you that.
All right. We're gonna say this for the overtime show.
I guarantee that.
I see this now. We have some NBA to discuss in the overtime show. All right.
But yes, Gabe Vincent getting traded. Heard it here first.
Gabe Vincent,
Now,
6'9".
I like Gabe Vincent, right?
Me
But
too.
no, but Rui Hachimura, I think, has another gear to reach. I think he can get even better. He played well this year. I think he's going to be even better next year. That's your guy.
That's
And
a
I
real
wouldn't even
person.
be surprised. No, I wouldn't be surprised if Gabe Vincent got included in the trade. Like the Lakers are trying to win a championship. So if there's room to get better, yeah. I mean, I'm not, I like Gabe Vincent. I'm not in love with Gabe Vincent. Like he's a guy.
By the way, man,
No,
Rui
sure,
Hachimura.
that is not who we're talking about.
DSQ says, shout out to Gabe Vincent. He's the cousin of one of my dental school classmates. He hates LeBron.
And thank you for backing up my Gabe Vincent is definitely getting traded to.
Hey, man, shout out, man. Yo, DDS, man. You Dennis, man. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah.
He's
By the
been
way,
under here
Rui Hachimura
for
needs to break
months.
the cycle of Gonzaga players not playing very good on the Lakers.
He plays
know,
Playing well, just playing
I know
well in
he's
general.
breaking it. He's getting,
Is
they
it
had
a
Robert
cycle,
Sacre,
really?
and they had Adam Morrison.
I'm sorry that
Yeah.
second round pick didn't work out to your liking, and
Started.
the guy who they drafted after he was a colossal bust.
All right. We have one more question, and it's the most important question.
It really is. This one comes from my guy OTR Mike. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Have you purchased your ticket for the meet and greet? If not, what is wrong with you?
Bro. Come on, bro. What's wrong with you?
All right, so we'll take this minute to talk about the August 4th meet and greet going down in Columbia, Maryland at Bus Boys and Poets. Thank you, Ferris. Make sure you get your tickets. Ferris, you'll be there, won't you?
Yes, I will.
Where are you coming from?
California.
From California. He come from all the way from California to the meet and greet. All right. So if you're in the surrounding areas, there is no excuse. Get your tickets. They're on sale. There'll be food, drinks, music, giveaways. We're going to do a little Q&A. It's going to be a lot of fun. You get to meet all of us there, right? Take pictures and just hang out. It's going to be a nice, laid back, chill environment. All right. So go ahead, get those tickets today. And if you're trying to get some points here, okay, that's how you can get the most points.
6,000
points. All right. So go ahead and do that. Yes, horns for that. Indeed. Not those horns, or other horns.
Duh.
There you go.
I like the foghorn. The foghorn was nice.
All right. What do we have next, B? What's
Because
next?
the docs,
So we're already
The
talking
Wire,
NBA.
Season 2.
Yes, thank you. We're already talking about some NBA. Let's continue that trend. Let's go over to, hold on, let me get the background. Yes, Damien Lillard trade rumors. Have you guys heard of this player, Damien Lillard?
I think so.
Lillard.
From the Pacific Northwest.
Yes.
By way of Oakland, California.
So Damien Lillard said, look, I'm not, I'm built different. That's why I'm going to stay in Portland. Okay. I'm different. But, I wouldn't mind going to Miami or Brooklyn, like if I were to be traded. But you know what? I'm going to stay here. So just go ahead and trade me to Miami, please.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what he just did. So now Miami is trying to put together a trade package, knowing that Lillard's camp said it's Miami or bust, and if you try to trade me anywhere else, I'm gonna make it difficult.
Okay, which is fine, but you're Damian Lillard, nobody cares. So we're gonna make this real quick because we are over an hour already.
Okay,
so we'll go real quick.
Yes.
We've got 4 possible scenarios from Bleacher Report, and I just want real quick, yes or no. Everybody's allowed to give explanation except Ferris.
What?
All right, here we go.
Understandable. Not gonna lie.
First up, Damian Lillard to the Miami Heat. Blazers get Kyle Lowry and Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr. Three first-round picks and 1 first-round pick swap.
No. Other way around. 1 first-round pick and 3 first-round pick swaps.
Yes. the 2027 first round pick, and then swaps in 26, 28, and 29.
Yes.
But
if you're
Miami,
this is from Portland's perspective, would you take that offer?
But you're also getting rid of Jusuf Nurkic too.
I mean, I know that it's on there and people saw that, but like, who cares?
Okay.
Like,
Coach
honestly,
says hell no.
Care? Wow.
Yeah. So no, Coach, you're a Heat fan,
right?
He doesn't want to give a Tyler Hero. That's what it is.
Yeah,
so
we're talking about from Portland's perspective. Would y'all take that deal?
Listen. Tyler Hero was going to get traded one way or another because he's been talked about whether it's 1-for-1 in this trade or he goes to another team in a 3-team trade. They don't want Tyler Hero for whatever reason. Brooklyn will take him.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Ben Simmons for somebody.
That's right. Mess up his career as well. Go for it.
Could it be a 3-team trade?
It has to be. It has when it comes to Miami, it has to be a 3-team trade.
Yeah.
Well, these scenarios aren't 3-team trades.
Y'all have got to follow goddamn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I already said.
Excuse
yes.
me,
I said
Mr.
yes like 10 minutes ago.
I would if I was Portland, I would take it.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.
I would take it as well. Tyler Hero is a good young player, and that's a bunch of.
And then you also get Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Yeah, let's not get too hype over here because he had one decent half of a summer league game after he was hacking people up in the first quarter. Whatever.
Now who's holding it up? B.
Yeah.
Ferris. I told him not to expound on his opinion.
All right. What's next?
Next up, Damian Lillard to the Utah Jazz for Colin Sexton, Kelly Olynyk, and the 25, 27, and 29 first round picks.
Yes.
No.
I'm taking
What?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
If you're Utah, you have like 20 first round picks.
No, if I'm Portland, again,
Portland.
if we're Portland, would you take these offers? I'm not
that's
taking
right.
that
I'm sorry.
Portland.
I confused it too.
No.
Colin Sexton, I like him.
Yeah, you know who doesn't? NBA teams.
Yeah, that's true.
Kelly Olynyk is definitely not enough.
He's not.
What else you got on there?
Well, you know what?
They had 3 first round picks on there.
No, Rudy Gobert got traded for 4 first round picks. Nah, I don't take that.
Yeah,
that trade ruined everything.
All right, next up, Damian Lillard. Okay, you're allowed to talk about this one first. Damian Lillard to the New York Knicks.
No,
trading R.J. Barrett,
Oh,
Emmanuel Quickly, Evan Fournier, and first round picks in 2024, 2025, and 2027. We'll go ahead and give our opinion first, and then let Ferris do his thing. I'm gonna say, if I'm Portland, I'm absolutely taking that deal. Getting Barrett and Quickly and the picks, absolutely.
Yes, and I have to remind Ferris because I just did it in the last one. We're looking at Portland's point of view, not the Knicks' point of view, because I already know what Knicks fans will say. Knicks fans will say, "No, you can't give up R.J. Barrett, right? He's gonna be a star." And then next year,
Barrett.
And then next year you'll be saying, "Man, we gotta trade R.J. Barrett, get this bum off our team." And he would playing just fine. It's just that he wasn't, who you thought he was going to be.
I've never said that, by the way.
No, but you said that about Julius Randle.
Sure did.
Yeah, I've been saying that for like the past year or 2 years.
Thank you. Not in the trade.
Yeah, why they trade Julius Randle? The contracts match up.
Randle?
That's true too.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yes, if I'm Portland, I would do that deal.
That offer.
And the Knicks are good for those picks. So yeah, definitely. Not right now. 2027, definitely.
Well, that 2025 or the 2024 is not even their pick because you can't trade back-to-back first-round picks. So I don't know whose that is.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
I think we have. I think we have either Oklahoma City's or Miami's. It was in that Oklahoma City trade where we drafted Usman Dang for them last year. It gave us a pick. Yeah, he's just like draft and stash kid that Oklahoma City has.
So if you're Portland, Ferris,
if I was Portland, yes. If I'm the Portland GM and the Knicks said you want this, I'd be like, sure, I'll give that to me. Yes. Even though you got Evan Fournier because you have a 3-point shooter he's a very good 3-point shooter. Defense is kind of lacking, but bench players, they're if they have a primary skill, you're fine with that. But Emmanuel Quickly and RJ Barrett, you push them with Scoot, apparently the so-called majestic player named Anthony Simons, who apparently is worth $100 million according to certain people around the league, even though he had like one good year, but
160.
No,
and then
that was Jeremy
Grant.
Oh, Jeremy Grant, yeah.
no, that's Jeremy Grant. And then you slide him, Jeremy Grant. They have a young core, and I think you kind of bring down. It's a great trade for them.
Yeah, and they even get to keep Nurkic in this one.
Yeah, they get to keep
Yeah.
Nurkic as well, and they get to keep most of their young guards because they have 3 guards. Who's their point guard? And Emmanuel quickly becomes their point guard. You have Scoot, Simons, and Shadon Sharp. They're all playing 2 or 3, so they need a point. They have IQ. So
Okay. We got one more team. And this is, as far as I'm concerned, the best offer. But let's go ahead.
Oh,
Let's put it out there.
no. It had to be Brooklyn.
What?
Brooklyn?
Damian Lillard to the Brooklyn Nets for
Whoa!
Ben Simmons, Cam Thomas, Day'Ron Sharp, and first-round picks in 27, 28, and 29.
Man, if I'm the Blazers, I'd jump on that. Ben Simmons is only like 20, 26, 27. Okay.
But his game is like 38.
Man, look, he'll get that back. He's going to a therapist, and he had a little back issue. He's getting that worked out. All right.
Trying to get back that wedding ring he gave up.
Yeah. Listen, hell no, I ain't taking that.
Nah, man, you don't throw Ben Simmons on that trade, bro.
Hell no, I ain't taking that. What good comes from having Ben Simmons on your team? Like when he comes to his last year of his deal, and you can say, okay, I can dump some salary or whatever, right? Cool. But he still has a couple more years left on his deal.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I take that? I mean, Cam Thomas, yeah, he's intriguing, but that's not enough.
That's 4 2 guards. Who's playing?
Right.
You know what I mean?
not
Like you got
Cam Thomas.
Scoot.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
This offer reminds me of a situation in LA where they called 29 teams and they were like, yo, you want Russell Westbrook in the 17th pick? and every one of them was like,
No.
nah.
You gotta make the call though. You gotta make the call.
Also, too, the Knicks one too. RJ, his position is 2. Like now that's another 4 2 guards. Like who the hell are you playing? Like that's 4 2 guards.
Yeah.
Like Portland has a bunch of he can play the 3. That's true, but like Portland they have so many guards. Like it's like and like so many young guards that people love. So like who are you playing? It's insanity to be honest.
But
I don't think
Scoot is their point guard, man.
He's gonna be their point.
Yeah.
Straight up? Okay.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Yeah, 'cause I've seen him combo, so I was very confused on what position.
but he's 6'4". He's going to take over for Dame.
Okay.
But I mean, the question is still valid because it's really just, positionless basketball is the whole thing now, right? Like it's true. We have X number of guards, and like the Knicks situation that we talked about, where they have 5 guard / forward, and they were like, let's go pay a 6th one who's worse than all the other ones that we have.
Sex. All right,
And they're like,
we got
why
less than
do
30
that?
minutes.
But it turns out that it's
Yeah.
because they're going to trade RJ Barrett and Emmanuel quickly and open up all the minutes for Dante.
Yeah, it sucks.
I digress.
But
All
what
right,
happened?
let's-
What
It's
happened?
like paying like a random ass. bench
What
man
happened to the
$56
dark horse
million.
team?
Which
Who?
dark horse team is that?
Well, there's been a rumor that's floating around today that the Lakers might get involved.
Of course, the Lakers are going to get involved.
Involved with
Gabe
what?
Vincent, baby.
They're gonna call.
Trade
They're gonna
today.
text.
Gabe Vincent.
They already DM like, hey, how you doing?
You want Austin
man-
Reeves?
Six
So Damian
man of
Lillard,
the
huh?
year.
Okay, nice.
Gabe Vincent.
He's a little different than your other guards.
What would that trade package be? What would that trade
He's
package
very,
be?
he'll be very
for
marketable
Lakers?
in Portland.
Gee, no. Yeah, what would the Lakers have to give up to get him?
Probably. Literally, I'm like, no joke. Like
White
probably
Kobe.
Austin Reeves.
I don't even think they'd have to give up on Reeves. Well, I mean, they because they have to get somebody who will match up the salaries. But
Yeah.
in reality, I don't know if they could even do it really. Because Austin Reeves is only making 13,
56.
14. Gabe Vincent's making 11.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the per year for Hachimura.
Who they draft this year?
Jalen Hood-Schifino. And then in the second round, Maxwell Lewis, and then they signed a couple of guys after the draft.
Yeah. That's probably the 3 people they're trading, and a couple of first round picks. So they're gonna trade somebody.
All right. We got to move this along. But first, we're gonna get quick word from our sponsors. Ourselves. Yes. All right. Right below us, we see Ferris and Hendo. Okay, we have some information there. Patreon.com/LBHT Show. Ferris is pointing to our social media stuff. That's important as well. Okay. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at LBHT Show, and Facebook as well. At LBHT Show is all one thing. It's easy for you to follow. All right. Right below my name, LBHTShow.com. That's the website that you need to be on. Okay. First of all, LBHTShow.com has everything that you need. All right. All of us, all of our podcasts, if you're an audio podcast listener, okay, all of our podcasts are there on that main page. Okay, as well as Coach Evans from Sip to Tally Films, as well as the Deep Cover podcast. They're all on there. Open mic with OTR Mike, all on the website. All right. So you go to LBHTShow.com, bam, right there in front of you. Also, what you're going to see is a green pop-up or a white pop-up on your mobile, I believe. And that's going to ask you for your email so you can sign up for the newsletter. You want to sign up for that. We haven't started sending it out yet, but it's going to be, we haven't decided yet, weekly, bi-weekly, but we're going to work on that. The design is dope. You know, shout out to Will G for hooking us up with that. All right. And that also, more importantly, that gets you points. All right. You want a quick 1,000 points, which makes you eligible for a prize at the end of the month. Sign up to the newsletter. All right. That's the easy way to do it. But patreon.com/LBHT Show is where you can find our overtime show. All right. And what we're talking about in the overtime show today: fireworks, no. Drone show, yes. Yeah. We're going to discuss this. Why are Americans so far behind everybody else on fun? Okay. That's really what it's about. Shout out to KP for a donation. Says, did y'all talk about the mid-season tournament? We did not talk about the mid-season tournament. That'll be for, we can talk about that next show. Send us an email or put that in our questions in our thing, and we can discuss that. That'll be for the next show or overtime show. Go to patreon.com/LBHT Show, and you guys can steer the direction of the show. Okay, throw something in the chat or whatever. Also, there's a Discord. I'm not going to go through the whole tier B, but we have a Discord that you can sign up for. Okay, through our Patreon, and we got some other good stuff on there as well. Okay, we have the $5 tier, $10 tier, $20 tier, and $60 tier. Yes, go to the $60 tier. If you're a content creator, you definitely want to look at that $60 tier. All right. Okay. All right. We're going quick because time is going fast. Combat Corner, B. Combat Corner. If you guys don't know, me and B, we, along with OTR Mike, we have another channel, Ring Kings Podcast, where we discuss boxing. All right. And it is very welcoming, even if you are a casual fan, because we're going to help you out. And we're discussing, the whole point of this segment is to get you casual fans. I know it's a lot of football fans, some NBA fans in here. Some of you guys, are boxing and MMA fans. But when big fights happen, that's a huge global event. You guys go to fight parties, and half the time you don't know who it is fighting. We're here to educate you a little bit. All right. So coming up, we have Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford. Okay. This is going to determine on a lot of pound for pound lists, number 1 and number 2. Okay. Who's number 1 or maybe not number 2, but who's number 1? All right. So that fight is coming up when, B?
That's going to be July 29th. And just a few days before that, another big fight in terms of the top 10 pound for pound. You got Naoya Inoue, the monster, going up against Stephen Fulton, cool boy Steph, for the. Actually, are they? Now I'm trying to remember if they're fighting at a catchweight or if they're actually fighting for those titles. I believe they're fighting for Inoue's titles.
Yeah.
So that'll be on a
Fulton's titles.
Is it Fulton's titles?
Yeah, he went up to Fulton's division.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
125, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're tiny people.
Tiny ass people. That's going to be very, very early on Tuesday morning, July 25th, but definitely worth waking up early to watch. One of the biggest fights of the year.
Yeah, so those are two big fights coming up, but other fights have been announced since then. You have Canelo Alvarez. I know most of you know who Canelo Alvarez is. He will be putting his belts on the line versus Jermell Charlo, okay, who is an undisputed champ at, what is he at? 154. That's what's that? Super welterweight or whatever they call it.
Middleweight.
That's not middleweight.
It's super welterweight or junior middleweight.
Junior middleweight. Yeah. I know it was in between.
Middleweight's 160.
Then super is 168.
Yes, sir.
Jamal Charlo's at middleweight.
Yes, his brother. Yes.
Yeah. So Jamal Charlo was expected to do that fight with Canelo. He's been calling out Canelo for a while, but he's had some issues in his personal life that's been kind of holding him back. And I totally get it. I was talking to Mikey about what's been going on, and I totally understand that it sucks, right? But his brother's gonna step in. He's has apparently he talked about having some custody battle with he got divorced, he got custody battle, whatever.
Oh yeah, that's
and listen, I've been there, so I get it, man. Sometimes you gotta get low for a minute when that's going on.
Similar to Teofimo, who retired at 25. I'm sure he'll be back. Hopefully he'll be back once he gets all of that sorted out.
Yeah. And that thing that could take a while. So I that little insight, I understand now, right? I understand. But Jermell, this could make Jermell Charlo a superstar. If you don't know who Jermell Charlo is right now, you will if he beats Canelo. You
I think you will, even if he doesn't win. I think I don't expect it to be a wash. I think he's going to put on a very good performance, and he should be a star already with what he's been doing at 154.
Yeah,
he's clearly running from Tim Tszyu right now.
Tim Tszyu is another one.
Tim Tszyu
great.
talking that you're talking that, man.
I love it, man.
I love it. He's like, hey man, he only had one fight, so of course he went to the big money fight. He's scared of me. Ooh.
Yeah, no, he's not running from Tim Tszyu. If Canelo calls you, you go and fight Canelo.
You fight him, you get the money.
But I can't wait to see Charlo versus Tim Tszyu in the future as well.
Yeah. And that's all. I really want to kind of give an update on that real quick, and then give these people their bonus time. But what do you want to say?
Oh, I was going to say there is somebody else who is looking rather scared right now, and I know that we say it all the time. These fighters aren't really scared of anybody else, but it doesn't seem like he wants to fight Shakur Stevenson, and that's Devin Haney, who sent over an offer to. Now, keep in mind, Devin Haney is not a draw at all. He's coming off his first pay-per-view fight against Lomachenko. It did no numbers. And he sent an offer. His people. No, that one was pay-per-view.
Oh, really?
That's on pay-per-view.
His people sent over an offer to Shakur Stevenson, offering him 25% of the purse, which of course Shakur Stevenson turned down, saying that's less than he's gotten in his past 3 or 4 fights or whatever. But that's a I hope you reject this offer. So we'll see if he actually wants to negotiate and get something done, because he's been talking a lot about Tank, and I don't see him trying to make that fight. He's out here sending these bogus offers to Shakur Stevenson. So we'll see if that fight happens. And he's also talking about just leaving the division altogether and dropping those belts.
Yeah. Listen, first of all, I don't think he's not a draw. I just think Top Rank, the way they do things over there, they have a lot of good fighters. They put on a good show. There? Well, that's what I'm getting to, man. Like, sorry,
Jose. I'm agreeing with you. I agree, Jose, with your future point you're about to make.
I think the model they have over at ESPN is it doesn't encourage people to buy pay-per-view, right? Yeah. I think a few of those fighters, if they were with PBC, they would sell more, right? Like when you watch Top Rank puts on a lot of events, and most of them are free. So the couple times when they want to charge you, people are like, no, I'm not paying for that. It's supposed to be free. You know what I'm saying? But when Haney and B brought this point up, when the fights are free, he gets a lot of views, a lot of high ratings.
Yeah, but and this is what makes the offer so ridiculous. He gets the same views that Shakur Stevenson gets.
Yes,
but I don't think that's it, because it's the same issue with Canelo, right? Like Canelo signed with DAZN, and you get Canelo's fights for free right up until they were like, no, pay me, and he still sold.
But he's not selling like he used to.
He's not selling. I mean, he's not selling like he used to in his last couple of fights, because it was John Ryder.
Oh, yeah.
But he still did $500,000 off of that.
And
right?
Devontae Yadam
Ildrim.
Yabba Dabba Doodum.
That one was free. That one was that was several years
better
ago.
been free.
But you're talking about a fight with Devin Haney and Lomachenko, who's been hyped. I mean, just out of this world, and they couldn't sell at all. So I think it is those guys. But Devin Haney is very, very young. Very young and very accomplished, so he can still build that fan base. I just don't think he has it right now.
Yeah. Also, too, with Top Rank too, like they put championship fights for like free, like they've done that. Like PBC, they would have a certain event that's free on Fox, but it'd be just two boxers. It would be like Andy Ruiz and Chris Areola fighting, right? But then, like, if you want to watch Errol Spence, you had to buy the pay-per-view. You're not watching, but with Top Rank, it'd be like, oh, y'all want to watch this featherweight champion free? Oh, you want to watch, you want to watch Tyson Fury defend his linear heavyweight championship for free?
Right.
Here. Like, they would do that. And then, like, when you're like, okay, now you got to pay for a Devin Haney pay-per-view. Like, bro, I watched Tyson Fury for free like 3 months ago. You want me to pay for Devin Haney?
Right. Yeah. So that's the problem right there.
Yeah.
But
too many of the title fights are free.
So yes. So let me simplify it for the audience that doesn't really follow boxing that much. Devin Haney is a undisputed champion right now, right? At lightweight. They're at lightweight, right, B?
Yes.
Yes,
right,
135.
135. So Devin Haney really wants to be a superstar, right? I know you guys know who Tank Davis is because he's a superstar, right? He wants to be on that level. I think, and that's understandable. He's very accomplished. He's got a good resume, and he thinks he should be a bigger draw. He's not, but he's trying to push himself into that direction. But he needs to start taking on those fights that are going to make him a bigger draw. He's been calling out Tank for the longest time. Now, after Tank beat Ryan Garcia, there's an opening there, right? For them to set up a fight. He doesn't seem interested in setting up the fight now, right? Shakur Stevenson is another former undisputed champion. He's not undisputed champion anymore because he moved up to lightweight. But that'd be the next big fight. Or he can fight Lomachenko again. That was a big fight for him. He won. People call it a controversial win. I thought he won it by decision. But those are really his options if he really wants to take that next step. He needs to either fight Vasyl Lomachenko and win it convincingly, or take on a fight with Shakur Stevenson, win that one, or fight Tank Davis. Those are the three fights that will kind of boost his name. You guys will start hearing about him a lot more if he beats one of those guys. But like B said, if he's talking about moving up and trying to take a belt off of one of these other guys, he's still, like I said, he's young. He doesn't have to do it right now. He can go that route, but he wants everything right now. It ain't going to happen for him unless he makes some big moves. Tank made the big move fighting Ryan Garcia. Everybody knows who Ryan Garcia is because he's very popular on social media. And he put on a show like he always does. That knocked him out. Yeah. Devin Haney needs to do something like that to really, put his name out there. He thought he was going to get with Lomachenko. I think that helped build his rep up a little bit, but he didn't win it convincingly. So run it back, or fight Shakur, or fight Tank. But those are the options I see for
that. And that is a problem because he didn't win convincingly, and it wasn't the kind of exciting fight that will boost both fighters. Even if you lost or something like that. Because I mean they're both just very skilled boxers, and they had a close contested match.
Technical,
but it wasn't like it wasn't a back and forth slugfest or anything like that.
Yeah.
So he
like Hagler Hearns.
He's got some options in front of him. Honestly, I mean, I think the best one is dropping those belts and moving up to 140 and then possibly becoming a undisputed champ at 140 and making that 2 divisions. That would be an incredible feat, because there haven't been that many undisputed champions in the 4-belt era, because it's so hard to even get fights to bring all those belts together. So to be able to do it at 2 weight classes, that early or that young would be phenomenal. And there's some decent fights for him at 140, like Teofimo, possibly Ryan Garcia,
Josh Taylor.
I don't know about
not anymore.
Josh Taylor kind of done. But
the guy Josh
Rolly
Taylor lost to,
Romero,
but won.
Catterall.
Oh,
Catterall. Zach Catterall. Yeah, him.
Jack Catterall.
Yeah.
Jack Catterall. Sorry.
Rolly Romero would be an easy fight, but an entertaining fight, and a fight that would get a lot of people's attention, because Rolly does not know how to not talk.
He talks a lot of trash. Yes,
and he's very bad at it, but you can't look away.
Yeah, that's what makes this Charlo Canelo fight very special. It's 2 undisputed champions.
Yes,
fighting each other, first time ever. So like, imagine it's 2 people who dominated the weight class. That used to be Canelo's weight class, and he kept moving up. And then you're going from 154 to 168. That's a big jump in weight, but that's kind of like the natural progression. You kind of skip the weight, but it doesn't matter. You're gonna end up there anyway later on in your career. Mm-hmm. But just kind of like, it's gonna be a special fight between the Charlo and Canelo.
Yeah.
All right, now real quick. So Hendo, I know you're getting into boxing more now, right? You may not know all these names that we're throwing out there, but what names stick out to you? Like, as a casual fan, because I always want to get the casual fan, point, perspective. What names are standing out to you when you're hearing about boxing, or things that you might be interested in watching?
Well, of course, Tank Davis, but Devin Haney, Errol Spence. I follow you guys and actually listen to the guys that you suggest, and I try to catch up on some of them. Sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. Yes. For the new fan, because you have so many weight classes, so many belts. What is it? It's undisputed champ, and it's
unified.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you go over to Ring Kings so you can find out
great video.
Yeah. To find out the definitions of these things. The twins. Like I said, I was just watching something on them, and they actually got me interested in watching their story. So those fights the fight coming up against Canelo, I really want to see that one. Yeah. Because, as Ferris likes to state, we don't know if Canelo's white or whatever. He just looks a certain way.
Hey man, that's true though. Like if he doesn't open his mouth, he doesn't speak.
No,
that man's a ginger.
Yeah.
Did you call that man a ginger?
Yes.
But he's a recognizable face, so he's Mexican.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's Mexican. But if you didn't know, I once showed a picture of him to like my friend. It's like, what do you see when you see this? He literally is like, oh, that guy, what is he? He's like, oh, he's white. He's like, nah, he's Mexican. And he's like, wait, what?
Oh yeah, you can be a white Mexican. Ferris.
No, I know, but I know. So I'm trying to, okay, you know what? Let's digress. Let's not talk about this.
But to put a cap on it before we move on, if you're not familiar with Jermell Charlo, and you kind of want to get up to speed a little bit before that Canelo fight in September, check out his fight. Well, I mean, you can watch both of them, but particularly his second fight against Brian Castano, where he put on a masterclass against a very talented fighter.
Very good fighter, yes. Yeah.
I was a big fan when he lost to Tony Harrison. I was like, oh man, Tony Harrison whooped this man. I didn't think Tony Harrison won, but he beat him. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. And then like they were supposed to have a rematch, and Tony Harrison got injured.
Boy, did he.
Yeah. Charlo said he was injured, and Charlo takes the replacement's guy's head off. Like he knocks him on like 6 rounds, and he just starts yelling at Tony Harrison in the crowd. He's like, I'm gonna whoop your ass. I'm taking you out. I am taking my belt. And he's like yelling at Tony Harrison. I was like, I like this kid. And then he whoops Tony Harrison's ass. And you're like, yeah, man.
That's awesome. A fact.
Yeah.
All right, couple minutes. Let's fire up bonus time. What's up? What's up, Hendo?
Actually, huh?
No, it's really, you really mean a couple minutes.
Oh yes, yeah.
Definitely. But it's not even. Actually, it's not even bonus time. It's trivia time.
Trivia. Yes.
So this is one of our ways that we give away loyalty points. The first 3 people to answer correctly will get 1,000, 750, and 500 loyalty points, respectively.
Okay, before you start, because I see people trying to leave, right? They're trying to leave. All right. Yes. This is a way for you guys to get some points. They're not going to understand the significance of these points until we start giving out these prizes.
Facts.
Right. You want to stick around for trivia time. Don't hop off yet. You stick around, answer these questions.
Ask a question, man. Come on, let's go, man.
Calm down.
Sorry, my bad.
You're rushing me?
Sorry. Sorry.
Go ahead, B. What's the question?
All right. So this comes from really just a general excitement that I've had recently. And if you've been in the Overtime Show or in the Discord, you've heard Jose and I talk about this, but there's the sequel to Skyrim coming out in September called Starfield. It's from Bethesda Softworks, which is a developer in Bethesda, Maryland. They make these gigantic open world RPGs where you can just go and do whatever you want right from the beginning. And they're a lot of fun. You can kind of get lost in them. You put hundreds and hundreds of hours into them. Skyrim, as I'm sure most people have heard of, was one of the most popular games ever released. And they just recently announced that it crossed 60 million copies sold. So my question is, because it's nowhere near it, what is the highest selling game of all time? Don't Google it, Ferris. I see you.
Don't blurt it out. Let people in the chat give them a second to answer. Give them a second.
I didn't Google it. This is my answer.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Ferris put it in the chat. Listen. I told you, Ferris wants to win every month. Okay. He wants to win every month. So you might want to get on this. Okay. Got some answers here. All right.
Tetris.
Agent E.
They made a movie about Tetris.
That's a great movie, by the way.
I need to watch it.
I need to watch it too.
But I'm like, good. I don't want to watch a movie about Tetris.
And no, that's a it's not right, but that's a good one. Because Minecraft sold a lot.
Yes, it did. But you're not supposed to say what's not right because we were still.
Well, we have our three.
No, we don't.
What are you talking about?
You have your one.
We don't have 3 correct answers.
Yes.
You only have one.
No. What do you mean? Yes. No, we don't.
You have it.
Okay, maybe I have it wrong then.
You have it wrong. I'm right.
Oh, is he right?
I'm right.
I'm not saying who's right. We don't have 3 correct.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. Listen, no.
Okay.
For the record, I haven't said anything.
We do not have
the
answers yet. Okay, y'all, Fortnite is free to play. So there are 0 sales for Fortnite.
It's free. Oh, yeah, it's free to play. That's right.
No.
All right. Listen.
You guys have the internet. What is taking you so long?
We're clearly going to be extending this into post-show comments.
I'm confused now. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I dropped both of them. I'm confused.
All right. We got to speed this. We got to speed this along.
We got less than 7 minutes.
You know what? No, 0 points. Nobody's getting points.
What? No, wait. What's the answer?
I'm going to tell you the answer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, somebody's getting points.
Oh,
the answer. Well, and I was gonna do a bonus question too, but y'all can't even get the regular question. All right. The answer is, with over 500 million sales, Tetris.
What?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Congratulations, Buck.
I did not know that.
Even though Ferris made fun of you,
and Ferris tried to tease you.
The only one to get it correct. And I was going to give a kind of an add-on question and say there are only 3 games ever that have sold over 100 million copies. What are they?
Minecraft.
Just be quiet, Ferris. Be quiet, Ferris.
No, Ferris. No. Name 3. Listen, because we have literally minutes here. All right, we'll help you out here. Those names have been thrown around in the chat. We need 3 games. Tetris is one.
Mm-hmm.
Tetris is one. What are the other 2 games that have sold over 100 million copies? 500 million. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Mercy.
All right. Ferris put an answer in there. You guys need to be quick. Ferris wants his game. He wants his points. And he said it's a boring game. That's not an answer. Okay. Buck put his answer in there. Anybody else want to give a stab at it? We have seconds here. We have seconds.
Yes.
Mikey said double dribble.
But this
NBA Jam.
is the correct answer here.
Yes.
I mentioned Tetris with over 500 million, Minecraft at about 240 million, and then GTA has surpassed 175 million copies sold.
Yes, I get more
So,
points.
man, this list I was looking at too was completely wrong. Then
Yeah, we'll stop.
All right,
Googling
all right.
things.
That is right. That is it for the show. We gotta get out of here. Ferris, and I mean quickly. Tell everybody where they can find you.
you can find me on the Let's Get Ready Network channel. We have multiple shows on the sports channel. I show up every Friday, 3:00. It's our Good Friends Better Rival show with me and Caleb.
All right, awesome. Hendo,
Yes, sir.
where can the people find you?
The Rogue Pod, everything. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, that's the show.
That
That's
is
the show. All right. We got to tighten some things up here. Okay, it should not be this close to 2 hours. All right.
That was not me. You blaming me?
Hey, thank you, fellas, for joining the show. As always, this is a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Listen, we're going over the overtime show. We got a lot to talk about. All right. Fireworks. Apparently, we are living in medieval times. Still doing fireworks. All right. China has long surpassed us in that field. Okay. We're going to discuss that and some other things as well. So patreon.com/LBHT show. If you have $5 in your pocket, make that investment and sign up today. All right. It also gives you access to our Discord channel. All right. B, are you ready?
Yes.
B is ready. Patrons, get ready. The overtime show is starting now. What are you laughing at, Hendo?
I'm laughing because listen, every week we got to tighten some things up, but every week we at a minute 50 something.
I told my game when we switched to this format, we got to do 1 to 2 minutes per topic.
It was fine until people just start popping up in this stream. Okay.
Like y'all
Uninvited.
You were invited.
duly noted.
You were
duly
invited.
Message received.
All right, let's get out of here. We're out of here,
I
guys.
just showed up.
Have a great night. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next time. Peace.